Hey guys, it's Daira through Short and Sweat Workout. Today I have a great workout that we can use a stability ball. Maybe you have one in your home, maybe you don't. I'll make sure to show you guys different modifications. Another piece of equipment that I'm using today are some dumbbells. I'm using a pretty medium weight, 10 to 12 pounds. I also have some water bottles here to show you guys just how you can use items in your home that can help add some resistance to this workout. Before we start, we've got to warm up our upper body and our lower body because this is a total body workout. So I want you to start with your hands out to the side. You got a nice T. And I want you to start with really small circles going backwards. Okay, it's gonna help open up your shoulders. As you start to feel your shoulders warm up, you can start to go a little bit bigger. Okay, good, and then the biggest, right? Okay, and freeze. Now we're gonna go to the forward. So starting small again and getting a little bit bigger. We're gonna be working our chest, our back, our shoulders, and then we're gonna move in to our lower body and our core, okay? Good, and the biggest. Now, let's get that heart rate up, and I call these butt kickers. I'm gonna show you from this side. Keeping your knees down, you're just gonna bring those heels up to your bottom. Okay. Stretching out those quads and also getting that heart rate up. 15 seconds. Nice job, guys. Okay, we're gonna be moving through all these exercises, 3 upper bodies, 3 lower body, using the stability ball. If you don't have a stability ball, you can purely just lay on the floor here with me. Go ahead and get in your position on the floor. Grab your weights or your water bottles for your resistance and get ready. On the stability ball, you're gonna roll all the way out and we're gonna bring our hands right to our shoulder level and press up, okay? We're gonna do this for 45 seconds, okay? Make sure you're pushing up with your body, through your heels so your bottom stays up. Here we go. You wanna pick a weight today that you can continue through that full 45 seconds. It should be anywhere from 15 to 20 repetitions. On this exercise, you want to make sure you're breathing out as you're pushing up. The job of your chest is to push, okay? So we're pushing up there and we're blowing the weight, so we're breathing out and pushing that weight up. Good. You also notice I'm keeping a nice tabletop position with my lower body, squeezing my glutes, pushing up through the heels. Good job. Okay, we got our 15 seconds of rest. You can roll all the way up. We're gonna do this exercise 2 more times before we move on to an exercise that will work our back. So right now we're working that front side of our body, okay? So again, let's roll back out, keeping that bottom pushed up if you're on that stability ball. If you're on the ground, you can purely just lay flat on the ground and really focus on working that upper body. Good job. If you have a bench at home too, you could surely lay on that bench. I always find it's easier at home to have this stability ball because I can throw it in a closet. Easy to hide, right? So when you have friends or family over, there you go, almost there. Whew, I can feel those arms burning, right? Good, take a break. Okay, we got 1 more set. Sometimes the reason we repeat exercises over like this 3 times before moving on is that we want to tire out those muscles so we can get a little bit of fatigue so we come back and we can get stronger. Here we go. Last set. So again, we're working for 45 seconds, resting for 15. Good, almost pretend like you're pushing those weights all the way up into the ceiling. Okay. Now, if you're not able to perform the exercise completely for the full 45 seconds, you may need to think about grabbing something lighter in your house. And now, especially for this second exercise we're gonna go through, It's called a pullover. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you this exercise with some modifications. I have 2 water bottles here, okay? The water is gonna make it lighter, but you can also fill it up with sand if you wanna create your own resistance dumbbell here. And we're gonna pull straight over the head, okay? Again, I'm keeping the glutes nice and tight. Good, if you're laying on the floor, what I want you to think about is I want you to think about keeping your low back on the floor. Okay, you're gonna feel this stretch and strengthening back behind your shoulder blades. You might also feel a little bit of strength if you're on the floor too in your stomach, okay? This is an added bonus of completing a workout where you engage your entire body. Good. Take a little break, roll up. Okay, if you want to make it a little bit harder, you could stay in that position, just rest your arms for our 15-second break. Okay, but your bottom may get kind of tired. Here we go. Rolling back out, bring those arms up. Good. And last set, I'll show you how I like to do this with a dumbbell. When you're on that stability ball, you can also still think about keeping that chin tucked in, like you have a ball underneath your chin so you're not straining your neck back. You're keeping that body in a nice straight line. Good job. This one you're going to be breathing out as you're pulling those weights back up over your head. Good job. All right, so when I do this one with a dumbbell, sometimes I don't like to use 2, I like to just use 1, and I'll kind of show you why here. So I'm going to hold on to the end of the dumbbell, I'm going to roll out and bring it back. Now obviously this is a lot more resistance than those water bottles, okay? But how I'm holding the dumbbell kind of brings my body back into that position a little bit deeper. Okay, and it also has to help me, I have to help control it just that much more by pulling it out where it's going far back behind my head. Okay, this is your last set of this one. Really focus, keeping that stomach tight, keeping those glutes up nice and high. Good job. Now for this next one, we're gonna need 2 dumbbells or your water bottles. I'm gonna go ahead and use my water bottles again. This is chest fly, okay? So dumbbell fly. This is gonna work not only your chest, but it's gonna work your shoulders too, okay? So let's roll all the way forward, bringing those hips up nice and high, and we're bringing them out to the side, and then almost like you're hugging someone, okay? Go. Good. This is best to start with a light weight when you're performing this exercise until you build up to have some confidence in these movements. Good job. Almost there. We got our 15 seconds of rest coming up. Good. Take a little break here. I'm gonna move up and add a little bit more resistance using those dumbbells, okay? Now if you're on the floor, that's fine. You're still on the floor, but I want you to think about really engaging your core as you're going into that fly, okay? So that means your low back is flat on the floor, okay? Good, reaching up, hugging your friend, right? So we're really focusing today on working those big muscles in your body, your chest, your back. After this one, we'll be moving down into the floor even and working our lower body and making to work our stomach and back even more. Whew. These arms are burning. Good, take a little break. Okay, we got one more with our dumbbell flies. Okay, and we'll take maybe a minute to adjust down to work our lower body. You don't want to miss that because these are going to leave you feeling all those muscles in your legs and especially your abdominals and lower abdominals, okay? So back into that fly, last set. Now you're breathing out as you're going back up to the top, okay? I love using the stability ball on different exercises because it adds just another element of balance. Notice if you move really fast or you make dramatic movements, you can wiggle all around, so it makes you slow down and focus. All right. Now, at this little break, this would be an excellent opportunity for you to take a little quick drink. I want to show you how we're going to modify these exercises, not only if you have the ball, but if you don't. So this next movement, we're going to do a leg curl on the ball. But if you don't have a ball, I wanted to make sure to show you guys. You're going to be doing a shoulder bridge just like this. Your heels are flat on the floor, and you're pushing that bottom up in the air, and then you'll bring it down nice and slow, okay? Just like that. Now, if you do have your ball, I want you to go ahead and grab that. You're going to have your ankles, your feet, just about shoulder width apart on your ball. You're going to lift up your bottom. That could be where you're at today. If you feel like you can do a little bit more, you're gonna lift up, and then you're gonna curl that ball in. Okay, so we're gonna do this for 45 seconds. Get ready, get set, here we go. Lift up, curl in. Good, I like to think about keeping my shoulders away from my ears as I do this one, and keeping my hands flat on the ground. Okay, good. This is working that back side of the body. Help you pull yourself upstairs, walking up hills. Okay, making sure we can stand up nice and straight. Good work. Again, this is one, actually the faster you do it, sometimes the less you get out of the exercise. By really focusing and performing these movements nice and controlled, you're actually gonna get more benefits. 15 seconds of rest, okay? And we'll go into our second set. My legs are burning, all right? Okay, get ready. We're building that booty. We're building our hamstrings, okay? Get ready, get set, here we go. You could also count the number of repetitions on these. With this exercise, because it's a little bit complex and you don't really want to rush through it, you're going to get more like 10 to 12 reps, okay? And an exercise like this, with doing it very slow and controlled, could create a lot of soreness for you the next day. So you're going to want to make sure to not skip your cool down with me today. We have a couple stretches for you. Good, take a little break. Good. Rest in those legs, maybe even shake them out, right? Whew, they're burning. We got one more set. You probably aren't thinking about it right now because you can feel the back sides of your legs and your bottom feeling this exercise, but you're really working a lot of your core also. Whew. There. It really seems like the ball kind of slips away from you. You got to bring it back in. There you go. Let's see if we can get one more in here. Then we have our 15 seconds of break, and we're going to move in to an exercise that's going to work not only your stomach, but the fronts of your legs. If you don't have a ball, you're just going to purely do this without a ball. But if you can, try to bring that ball all the way up to the air, and we're gonna pass it through our hands, Bringing your legs down and then passing it back. Okay, if you don't have that ball, you're just gonna purely dropping your hands back and legs down. This one takes a lot of concentration. Okay, you do not want to let that back pull up off the floor. Think about pushing that low back down and keeping that stomach and low back engaged. Good, take a little break. Whew. It is burning. You can feel the tops of your thighs, inner thighs, and man guys, the next day after I do these, my stomach is burning, all right? Just thinking about having that 6-pack of abs. Okay, bringing those legs back up, here we go. I call this exercise pass the ball. You know, you could even do it with like a basketball at your house, or maybe you have kids and you have one of those bouncy balls. We have one of those light ones. A basketball would actually make it a little bit harder because it's heavier. 28.5 ounces, right? Good. Whew. I'm gonna try to get one more. Whew, my legs burning. One more set. You guys got this, right? Okay. Whew. Now, wait till you see the last one I have for you. It's a burner. Okay, get ready. Get set. Here we go. Now, let's say you can't keep your legs straight when you're going down on this. You could also just drop one leg, okay? And then alternate down, obviously. There you go. Last one. Whew. All right. Now, we're gonna get back up. We're gonna get ready to go into pikes. I wanna quick show you what you're gonna do if you do not have a ball. Okay, you're gonna purely just do a pike like so in your plank position. You're gonna push that head through the window, bringing that hips up nice and high before bringing it back down. Okay, now we're not gonna start right away. I wanna show you now what that pike will look like on the ball. There's two versions, okay? And I'm gonna kind of alternate between both of them. This is a very hard exercise, but I think it's a really important thing for people to try. So we're gonna have our plank position here, and you purely could just be rolling your knees in towards your elbows, okay? The second version, the hardest, is a pike all the way up, okay? Let's find your version, okay? We're gonna start 3 sets. This is our finisher, guys, okay? Really engage your whole body here, okay? Join me, get into your version, okay? Again, I'm gonna alternate between knees and straight legs. Ready? Here we go. Knees, straight. Knees. Again, this one takes a lot of control. You're also gonna start to feel those arms shaking because you guys, we just worked our upper body right before this. All right, take a little break. Whew. Okay, we got our 15 seconds or so here. Let that heart rate come back down. If you want, grab a quick drink of water. We're going into our second set. Now maybe you have the ball at home, but maybe you want to stay on the floor. That's okay too, but know that you can always increase the difficulty of this exercise. All right, so get ready with me. I'm gonna go just my knees in this time. Get that stabilization through your shoulders, ooh, through your core. You got this. One more. Good, take a little break. We have one more set. Whew. You guys, are you having a little bit of fun? Just think about tomorrow and how good you'll feel. Having the abs sore, you know, as you're laughing along with your day, you can think about how awesome you are for completing this workout with me. Okay, we have our last set. Whew, I'm shaking. I'm gonna stay with pulling the knees in, okay? You go with what you need to. Okay? I'm gonna really try to see if I can get my balance here. Pulling those knees up a little bit higher. The higher you pull your knees in, so you could just pull them just like that, but the higher you pull them, the more you're gonna activate those lower abdominals. Right. Oh, you guys. Easy, right? No, it's not easy. Okay, I don't want you to run away. We gotta cool our body down. So, if you don't have your ball, don't worry. I'm still thinking about you, okay? You can put your hands on the floor. I'm gonna put my hands on the ball here. We're gonna go back into child's pose. So we have our knees bent. We're gonna sit back over our hips. If you have the ball, your hands are a little bit higher, so you'll be able to really stretch out your back, stretch out your chest muscles that we worked today. Okay, maybe you have a couch somewhere close to you too. You could just put your hands up on the couch and let that head sink through that window, okay? And I want you to just hold this, let your heart rate come back down. You guys worked so incredibly hard today. I'm feeling it, okay? But we gotta make sure we recover. And what you don't realize when you're sitting in this position, you're really stretching out your hips, your glutes, okay? You're bringing that range of motion and you're returning that blood flow all throughout the body. Got about 15 more seconds holding this position. Good. Whew. Good. Come out of that position. You guys, you did so great, okay? Make sure you guys come back tomorrow. You do something new. You keep on moving your body. You're not only gonna perform better, but you're gonna feel better throughout your whole day, whatever you're doing. And I hope you come back and you join me real soon for your next short and sweat workout.